Hey guys, it's Jamie, and in this video, we are going to talk about how to add signatures to your clinical notes and why that's important, and also the best way to be super efficient in making sure all of your clinical notes are signed, but also making sure that you're not missing clinical notes. It happens all the time. We get very busy in our day-to-days, and it happens where we miss putting in a clinical note. We forget to do it. We forget to double check. And there is a very useful tool built into Dentrix. It's called the Signature Manager, where you can check for missing notes and missing signatures on notes. And it's going to save you a ton of time. So let's get in how to do it.
Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is signing your clinical notes in the chart in your clinical notes. So down here in a patient's chart is where you have all of your clinical notes. Now, if you're not familiar with clinical notes or how to set these up, I have an entire video on that and creating clinical note templates and all of that. I will leave a link for that here. But in this video, we're just talking about signing clinical notes and making sure that we're not missing any clinical notes. So first we want to go through signing them. So when you create a clinical note, we'll just put a little note in here. And then in this moment, when you're finished with your note, you can go to this little icon right here. It looks like a little pen. It says sign clinical note. And that will bring up this screen where you can simply sign it here and click OK. When you click OK and you sign a clinical note, you cannot go back and edit your note and you can't delete your note. It will lock this clinical note so it cannot be changed. This is one of the reasons why it's really important to sign your clinical notes, just from a legal perspective, so that nothing can be altered after the clinical note is finished by the provider. Now, this happens automatically at the end of the month when you close your month out. All of the notes from that month will be locked. So you cannot change them past the end of the month anyway. But this is nice just to kind of be in the habit of signing them as you finish your notes. You can see when I clicked OK there, it says it was signed by me on this day. And this is now locked. I can't delete it. I can't change anything on this now. But the reality is we get busy in our day-to-days, and sometimes it happens for me all the time. I know that I'm not finished with a note and my next patient's here. I have to get them back. So I want to go back and make changes later. Maybe your doctor wants to review notes before things are signed. There's lots of reasons why you don't want to necessarily sign it right in the moment. But what happens is then you get busy and then you forget to go back and sign it. Or even worse, you forget to put the entire note in altogether. So Dentrix has a great thing called the Signature Manager. So I want to show you guys how to use that. So we want to be in our appointment book for this. And at the very bottom of our screen here on the appointment book, you can see down here where it says clinical notes for displayed date. So this is keeping a running tally of notes that have been entered for this day for patients who are on the schedule for today. If you don't see this down here, you just need to go up to the top toolbar, click options, and then this show clinical note counts. This turns this on or off. So if you don't see it on yours, just make sure this is on. And when you click into this, it will open your Signature Manager, which looks something like this. I really love having this in Dentrix because there are so many times where I know I didn't finish my notes. I maybe didn't even put a note in at all. And I don't necessarily want to go through and open every single chart at the end of the day to go through every single patient. So here it has a compiled list of all of my missing notes, unsigned notes, and all of that in one spot where I can go in and add my notes, sign everything all in one place. What's great about it is you can use filters so you can change the dates. So I can look at only patients from today. I can go the last week, last month, anything that you want here. And then you can also filter by providers. If you only want to look for missing notes, if you only want to look for unsigned notes, etc. You could change that here. So I'll look for missing and unsigned, and then you can search by providers. I'll click myself and click apply. So you can see these are all of the notes that are either missing or unsigned by me on this date. And if you scroll over here, you can see the status. So this first one is unsigned. These two are missing completely. I didn't put any note in. So you can use this arrow right over here to see on this patient here, it says blank note. There's no note here. The one above it, same blank note. And the one above this, okay, there's a note in here, but it's not signed. So from here, you can do all of that. So let's click on this one that has a blank note. And if you click this edit note icon, it pulls up this clinical note screen. So you can type in your clinical notes right here. You have all of your clinical note templates over here on the side that you can use and add everything in here. So once you add your clinical note in, you can sign it just like we do in the patient's chart. sign your name, and click OK. That finishes your note, signs your note, and everything is all completed without having to go back into the patient's chart. Another thing that you can do, which is really useful, is you can sign all of the notes at once. So if you have reviewed that the notes are all in here, they all have notes here, then you can sign all of your notes all at once. So you can highlight all of the notes and click this sign/view signature icon, and this pulls up your clinical note signature screen. So you could simply sign your clinical note and click OK, and this will sign all of these clinical notes.
Okay, so that is how to use the Dentrix Signature Manager. I think this is one of the most efficient ways to make sure that all of your clinical notes are entered, they're accurate, and they're all signed. So I hope that this video helped you. If you're looking for more Dentrix tips and tutorials, then subscribe to this channel. I put out new videos every week, so I will see you in the next one.